Okay, I'm happy to post this now. By the time you watch this, I would have recorded it quite some time back. Tonight's dream was very disturbing. My worst type of a dream. Or last night. Oh, the worst type of dream. Oh my God. So I was caged. Whenever you dream that you are in a bed, in a room, sleeping, you have been caged and your soul has been put to sleep, right? So I dreamt that I was in a bed and then a 13-year-old girl snuck under, the covers from my feet. And then she schmexually assaulted me. She had like the tongue of an animal. Okay. She had like the tongue of an animal. It was flicking, not a snake, an animal, and it was flicking over my private parts. And I rose from that bed. So it means this has been happening for years and years, and I just like got to see it now. I jumped from the bed and I looked at it and I said, "What are you doing? Who taught you how to do that?" Then she said, "Oh, she's been doing it forever to a lot of people." So I grabbed her and I. Okay, so where was I? Sorry, I got a wrong number. And I accidentally answered it you know, instead of rejecting it. Okay, so where was I? So then I grabbed her and I took a belt and I whoop, screaming at her like, "Who taught you how to do this, you disgusting little girl? You disgusting." And I was whacking her. And then my half sister Angie, who lives in New Hampshire, Angie Rolette, or does she use fungi? I think she uses fungi Rolette. She lives in New Hampshire. She comes into the room and I said, "You cannot believe what this little girl did to me." And I kept, with the belt as I was talking to my sister. "You cannot believe what she did to me." Yeah. And then my sister started talking to me about something or other, and the scene changed. So my sister, my half sister, I know she's a witchcraft technician. I know she's been trying to kill me for years. I know all that. I know it already. She sent a, a schmeksh energy on me to take my power via schmeksh, but also to stop men from finding me attractive. So that thing was draining me of the energy that a woman has in order for men to find her attractive. That's what she's been doing. How do I know that? Because in scene 2, after that, I mean, I have lots and lots of scenes. I go from one place to the next. So she had me covered and blinded and asleep, that part of my energy asleep, so that she could take this. In part 2, she then started explaining, but in story form, what I just told you. She then started explaining in story form that I am, when it comes to getting men, I am very lucky. I get wealthy men all the time. And she wanted to take that away from me. And she succeeded. She succeeded in destroying my relationships. Yeah, you can look her up online. Fungai Roulette. FUNGAI ROWLETTE. She's barely anywhere in pictures online because they hide. But I've been catching her almost 7 years now. Your sister killed your ex-husband, Mark Williams. Your sister killed this person. Your sister, the one who lives near you, the one who lives in New Hampshire. Every time I went to South Africa, every Sangoma would talk about her. And of course, she's my mother's favorite. And I just couldn't understand it. But yeah, that was my second shift today.